Ladies and gentlemen, Rams News, and welcome to Vintage Story, a game that I have been obsessed with for a long time. I haven't been playing Minecraft like at all because of this game. So I thought I'd create a new world and give it a shot. As of right now, it's not on peaceful mode, so monsters will attack me. Well, things will attack me. But I gave myself like keep inventory and just some simple things like that, right? So yeah, if you don't know anything about this game, you're probably thinking, oh, it's a Minecraft clone. Which, no, it is not. It is far more than a Minecraft clone. It is an incredibly detailed game that is really, really hard. The only thing that is similar to Minecraft is the fact that it's block-based. But everything else is completely and utterly separate, which is why I love this game. It is a challenge. It is hardcore times a million. And I thought I'd make a world where there's a lot of water because they added boats, and I wanted to make a boat eventually. But that's going to make my job very difficult because I'm going to have to sail on a raft to find resources because you have to gather a lot of resources to progress. There's chiseling, there's farming, there's winters, you can starve to death, you have to have food storage, so you have to make a cellar so you can preserve your food. There's a lot that you can do in this game. And as of right now, I don't think there's anything in the water that can eat me, so I think I'm cool and okay swimming here. Yeah, I did do the audio for this video while I was recording live, but the microphone is too quiet, and the software I have doesn't let me turn the volume up very high. It has a max that it'll go up, and if your audio is really quiet, it won't make it go up any louder. I don't know why, it's just the way it is, so I hope this audio will work. I am doing a voiceover, unfortunately, but I'm just going to copy kind of what I said. To the best of my memory, this was recorded about a month and a bit ago for me. But, you know, gathering some berries because I need food because starving is a huge problem in this game. There's also flint napping, and so I need to find some flint so I can make some early tools because I can't do it with limestone. It is far too delicate. I need to find flint, chert, and I can skip rocks. That is really kind of cool. Although I needed a rock in order to hit the flint with. Bummer. Alright. Ooh. Some wild flax. Awesome. You need flax to make rope and stuff. So that's going to be good. Flax seeds. See if I can get them from that. Nope. Okay. You can sometimes break the small growing plants to get their seeds back so you can, transplant them into your own little garden. This is peat. That is really good for burning. It makes your firing process faster for making clay objects. From turning, rock clay into ceramic, which is a part of the game as well. You have to do a bunch of clay stuff, and it's really fun. I hope you guys enjoy this little series. I think I'm just going to keep a few clips from each recording because each recording is over an hour long, and I have about 5 of them to go through, and I'd like to try and get a really condensed video. But that right there, I think in the distance was a bear, which will wreck your day. Yeah, that's a big bear. Oh, crap. Maybe I could just live on an island like this. Just be an island hermit. The plan is to make a hobbit hole, because I really wanted to do that in my other world, but I got carried away and started building a castle, and that was a nightmare. So, yeah, I'm trying to calculate how to do this. I've never played on scary mode, because I had it on scary mode, but it was too scary, and I have health issues, and things that are scary do bad things to my heart, and I'd rather not pass out while I am, recording, because that'll be really embarrassing. So I just try to keep things chill. That's why I try to have my videos be kind of calming and just chill vibes, nothing too crazy. I only played one scary game. The recording didn't work. I've mentioned that in past videos because it's very frustrating. I'm still mad at it, but I'll play it again later for you guys. If I can get this audio working really well and I can figure it out, then I will do it. But I will do like a test clip. I won't waste my time like I did before playing the entire game and then editing it and going, oh, none of it worked. Cool. So, yeah, thankfully I did figure out how to separate my dialogue and the game audio. And the game audio is going to be a little bit quiet in this episode. I do apologize. I can't make it any louder in post, which I am doing right now. It was super loud for me, so I thought, oh, it's really loud for me, therefore it's to be loud for you guys. Nope. No, it's not. So, It's really bizarre. I'm not too sure why that's a different thing. There's also wolves, I believe, in this area. But first, I'm going to show you how to do the flint napping. So this is, you can just select what you want. You take a rock in your hand and you smack each one of these little voxels. And then afterwards, and boop, you got a knife head. Now you combine that in your inventory with a stick, and you get a kniffy. And you do this for all of your stone tools, and you will require a lot of stone tools in the beginning because, as you can imagine, rocks don't have the very best durability. And you cannot mine any rocks or anything until you have copper. Now, copper has very low durability as well, but it is able to mine certain stones. There are some stone types that are harder, like andesite, granite, diorite, I think, things like that are just too hard, and so you need to have a bronze pickaxe for that, which means you have to go find not just copper, but you gotta find tin. And if you can't find tin, you can always make bismuth bronze, which is copper, zinc, and bismuth. Each one of those is very hard to find the resources for because you have to do prospecting in order to find ore in this game. At least the faster way. You can just mine aimlessly, but you'll go through all your metal tools. It's best to take a prospecting pick and take soil samples to figure out what kind of resources and minerals are in your specific area. I think it is a 100 by 100 block radius per prospecting area. So yeah, that's super duper time consuming, and it is my least favorite part. It's my least favorite part of the game, which says a lot because I love everything about this game except for the monsters. I don't like those. They're scary. Later, I will give you guys a spoiler. I do put creatures on passive so that they'll only attack if I attack, kind of thing. Because I cannot handle the stress of just wandering around and the risk of being jump scared in a forest by a wolf or a bear. So, yes, I have it kind of on a peaceful mode, but that's just because I want to have a chill playthrough where I just show you guys about the game and, like, how to survive, how to progress. But I did make things a little bit harder on myself in different areas. I think I have winters a lot harsher in this world, so that I really have to get food going well. And since I'm a hunter class, because yes, there are classes, I will need more food because I'm a hunter. But I will be able to get more meat per animal, which is very important because fat and hide are very, very useful things. You get a lot more hide than you do fat in this game. But the hunter class has a higher chance of having multiple meats, multiple hides, and multiple fats per animal kill that you get. Fat will be used for later with the gears and the axles and things like that because you can make mechanical machines. They do plan on adding more in the game. I know that they mentioned in their dev diary that they would like to add early steam power to the game, which will be so cool because right now we only have wind power. But even then, wind power is super useful if you build high enough. But I am crouching and sneaking because when I was recording this, I got very scared because I heard a wolf or something like that. I can't actually hear the game audio. I'm doing a voiceover. Kind of bizarre. But regardless, I'm looking for resources. Oh, God, excuse me. Oh, native copper. Nice. Now, to try and progress this a little bit faster, I did increase the commonness, the frequency. I increased the frequency of surface tin and surface copper ore, which gives you an indication of where these certain minerals are found. So if you find surface copper, if you dig down, you will usually run into copper. Now you might be wondering, if you can't mine things without copper, how do you get copper? Well, you find the surface copper, these little tiny deposits. You use those and you make a kiln and you melt them down in a crucible. Then you pour it into a pickaxe mold, which gives you a copper pickaxe, and then you can mine the larger deposits of copper. It is a very time-consuming game, and everything requires many, many, many steps to complete a singular task. Right now I'm gathering reeds so I can make some baskets, because if you notice in the bottom right of my hotbar, there are 4 little basket icons. Those are your backpack or your inventory, because you don't start with an inventory. You have to make it. You can carry some items in your hands like I'm doing right now, my little tiny hotbar, but for inventory space, you gotta make some baskets up front at first. Then you can move on to the rawhide baskets, and then once you get leather going, you can make leather backpacks. And yeah, stuff like that. So it's really, really quite useful to know the information ahead of time, which I did not. But it's a simple crafting recipe. I need a lot more reeds for more baskets. It is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 reeds for one basket, which is quite a bit of harvesting early on in your first day. The days are fairly long. They're not like Minecraft days. They're a bit longer. I think they're 30, 40 minutes long. But you can change every single setting up to how many days are in a month, how many months are in everything. You can change all of that information, including the time, how long days are, and stuff like that in the creation menu, which I did originally show what settings I use, but it was like 30 minutes of recording, so I thought I'd just cut it out because it's a little bit too tedious. But you can literally change every single aspect in this game to be completely tailored to your game style and your liking. You want to make it really hard, you can. You want to make it easy, you can-ish. There are obviously limits. You can't make it super diddly duper easy. Yeah, that's where the bear and the wolves are, I believe. Okay. I think I'm going... Ooh, wait. Yeah, this is when I got scared because I heard something. There are traders in the game. I forgot to mention that. There is a little trader outpost. I don't know if I've noticed it at this point, but it was over in the trees. But you can find people, and there's lore to it and stuff like that. You can buy things and sell things to them to get gears, because rusty gears are the currency in the game. You can also barter and trade according to what the merchants want and need. I believe they will be adding a lot more things to the merchants later. I'm not too entirely sure, but I think this is a good spot for me to cut to the next clip where I begin building something, or at least getting through my first night, because I don't want to take too much time, but there's a lot of reeds here. I can harvest all these. But before I go, one thing that you need to keep in mind with playing this game is to mark everything. Pinpoint everything on your map. If you find some surface copper, surface coal, zinc, anything, mark it on your map. If you find any andesite or any kind of stones that could be useful later, mark it on your map. If you find a big cluster of, cattails, mark it on your map. It will be very helpful later in life as you realize, oh, I need this resource that I forgot to harvest. Where is it? And then you know where it is. So keep that in mind. Everything is useful and everything has a use. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and cut to the next clip. And here we have a merchant trader guy. All right, cool. Nothing I can take. All right, well, that's a bummer. Let's see. I don't know. Oh, I haven't seen you around here before. You just wake up? What voice should he have? I'm just gonna read normally, I guess. Yeah, so there's things you can say. I don't know what you mean. You're kind of been popping up like daisies across all the land. Don't know where you come from. Don't know what you're doing here. None of these seem to talk about it. Sorry, it's better left unsaid. Should I do that one? There are more of me out there like this. That's right. Strange colored strangers. Walk, blah, 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 blah. Kind of you to ask, traveler. It's, I really cannot read my screen. My editing software makes the screen pixely while I'm editing, so I don't know what it says. I'm really sorry. Got anything to trade, I think is what it said. Alright, so this guy is not very useful for me, but he does sell wallpaper. Please don't waste your money on wallpaper. I thought I would be able to use it again if I didn't like it. I couldn't. So that's a huge bummer. However, these are the things that you can buy. Those are the things you can trade for. They have 25 gears, and so that's how much they could kind of potentially spend if you trade to them 4 gears. But yeah, anyways, that's how it works right now. I know they were going to be changing it eventually, so Yeah, but anyways, keep a mind of where your traders are, because your first day, it'll be really nice to have a place to sleep, and the trader is a really good place to go because you can use their chests, which are always empty, and you can put your things in there and they won't take them away. Ooh, turnips. Good, I need food. Excellent, excellent. Get their seeds. Do. Yeah. So just go ahead and crash in the trader's house the first night, unless you are able to make yourself a grass bed. It requires 3 grass or hay blocks, whatever they're called. Yeah. I don't know if I can hit the rabbit from here. Yay! Oh, heck yeah, did it. Nice. The hunter class has better damage with like ranged weaponry and things like that. And more than just 1 meat. That's good. Let's just clear my inventory up a little bit. It's already full. Fills up really fast the first day. My bone. You can use bones to as a knife, axe, and shovel handle, I think. Not too sure. It's been a while. I'm dropping the music volume because for me it was loud. For you guys, it'll be quiet. I do apologize for that. Not really sure what I can do about it. Oh yeah, so I have the Freedom Heights mod installed on here so that I can have Fahrenheit, because I don't understand the metric system. I don't like it. I like my base set of 12s, and the temperature to me is a lot easier. Ah, man, I missed. I don't know. Fahrenheit is just easier for me to understand. All right. So, yeah, it's like 59 degrees outside, which is a lovely temperature. I prefer 52. That's my favorite temperature. Next to 42 and 32. Which 32 is freezing for you Europeans out there. So that'd be like 0 degrees Celsius, I believe. Yeah, anyways, metric is weird. I had to learn it in school in the vet tech program I did, but it was not fun. I did not enjoy that at all. I hated having to do everything in metric because I do everything in imperial, which we should honestly, I think all of us Americans should petition to change the name from imperial, which just sounds like an empire, and which is not what our country is supposed to be. I think we should change it to freedom units. Honestly, I think that would just be a much, much funner and better name for our measuring system here. Even though it is kind of annoying because you get like 5/16 and 10/8. It's that's not an actual one because obviously that's not how they work. You know what I mean? I'm tired. They're just stupid. I don't like that part about the measuring system, but the temperature for me is easy to gauge. But like measuring distances and lengths of like your carpentry stuff, it's kind of frustrating to do it. Ah, man. Completely missed this guy. Millimeters are quite actually useful for measuring because you can get pretty precise with that. Okay. I want to murder you. Can I kill you, please? I want to eat your face. I like how I was just about to eat my food, forgetting I was doing a voiceover. I can't eat in front of the microphone. Are you kidding me? That's so improper. Oh, good. Red clay. I need this. Okay. So I'm going to start harvesting this clay and hope I don't get mauled while I'm doing it, because I need to do some clay forming, and I might as well cut to the next clip when I show you guys how that works. So I'm going to probably crash in the trader's hut and then do some clay stuff. All right. Be back in just a moment. All right, so I moved. I did a lot of traveling. So I found a nice little island here. Hopefully it has not as many threats as the other one did, but I'm making fire right now to cook some stuff, and then I'll do the clay forming. So I thought I'd bring you along for this, because this is how you start a fire. It takes a little while. You literally rub sticks together. Yeah, I thought this is a good part of the game to show, because you'll be doing this a lot. So just prepare. You will be spending a lot of time doing this. All right, finally got a fire there. I need to make some torches. How do you make torches? did I forget the recipe? Hang on. Where is it? Torch. Get 2 grass. Okay, got it. Need 2 grasses for torches. Let's cook my meat over the fire. All right. Cool. All right, I got some firewood in there. So the way you make firewood, I forgot to incorporate that in the video, but you just put your axe in your inventory with some logs that you chop down. So just easy thing to remember. If you need to know how to craft anything or do anything, you can click H and then search anything you want. Or if you have an item in your inventory, you can look at the item and click H and it shows you what it is and what it can do and what it's in. And it's very helpful. Super, super helpful crafting guide. And this is your clay forming menu. You select what you want to craft and you begin doing it. For example, I need to make a pot for cooking. So you go ahead and you remove the things in orange and you place the things that are highlighted in green. I really hope you're not colorblind because I don't know if that is visible for you guys. If you are, you can also use the copy paste mode. So if you repeat the same thing again and again and again like this, you can do that. But I have to remove that stuff because I accidentally put too much. Then you can click F, go over here. So it is tedious. It takes a while. I don't like clay forming very much because it takes a long time. I believe that was me hearing a wolf going, "You gotta be kidding me," which the reaction would be a lot funnier if you could actually hear my first reaction because, again, this is recorded like well over a month ago. I cannot recall what in the world I was saying at the time. I just remember being really frustrated because I'm terrified of the things that want to kill me in this game. I learned the hard way my first world, which is why my first world ended up going on the same passive mode that this one does because I just cannot stand being hunted and attacked if I'm just trying to chill and do a simple task. It drives me nuts. In real life, animals are not that aggressive, all right? Just don't bother them. They don't bother you. That's how it should be in like every game. It's like the Long Dark, for example. The Long Dark does that, and it drives me nuts. I wish the wolves would just ignore you, but at least they have a reason to attack you in that game because the world is frozen and they're dying of starvation. So they're wanting food. I get it. But like this world, come on, man. Just hunt other animals, and if I get too close to them on purpose or I hit them, then they have the right to attack me. But if I'm just vibing over here, please don't attack me. Anyways, so there's a nutritional thing in this game. The more nutritionally balanced your diet is, the more health you get, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I've only put like 70-something hours into the game, so I'm still learning. You might be thinking that's a lot of hours in a game, but it's not. Anyways, so why not show you how to do your firing thing? I need more grass. All right. Once you get a scythe and once you get an anvil, a hammer, and some ingots, and you can in your forge and do some forging and stuff like that, then it's a lot easier to get lots of grass and lots of sticks because you can make shears and a scythe, and that helps you get a lot of resources. But early on, you gotta just punch leaves, and you have to chop some grass with a knife. It's time consuming and can be annoying, but it's important to get that stuff done early on. So yeah. All right, let's just place that there. Okay, time for sticks. I need more sticks. All right. You can probably count how many I put in there because I can't really read the numbers on my screen. Like I mentioned in the last clip, I can't read the pixel pickles. It's hard to see. So if I say the wrong thing or I'm counting the wrong thing, it's because I literally cannot see what in the world it's on screen. So please bear with me. Yeah. Okay, now we put some logs, and then we can light it on fire, which is why I wanted a torch, because it makes it easier, but I gotta do this instead. This will take a while. Yeah, so how's your day going? There we go. Got it going. Okay. And that'll, over time, fire it into... Never mind, I didn't light it. No. Oh, there we go. Okay. You want to cover this so it doesn't get wet. I don't have any more blocks, do I? I got one. I can punch this real quick. And do that, and then that. Okay. So that'll keep it safe from if it rains, it won't put out the fire, because that will happen, and it's very frustrating having to redo all that. All right. What are they doing next? I can't really cook anything fancy until I get a pot. And plant the tree. Man, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, I found another trader. That's where I crashed last night. Ooh, I think... Oh, some lead there. It's good to know. Let's mark that. I think that was lead, right? Come on. I type it in, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. Lead ore. Or lead ore. If you are like me and you read things wrong all the time. The funniest one is cannabis. I always see cannibals. I'm dyslexic. It's funny. So I'm like, what? Why are there cannibals here? Yeah. There's a billboard. If you live in Texas, you've probably seen it. It's got like a red gummy bear in handcuffs. And it says, got cannabis, something like that on it. It's like if you get caught with pot, you get arrested kind of thing. And when we were driving across country, I thought it said got cannibals. And I genuinely thought that there was a cannibal problem in Texas. And I'm like, that is really bizarre. What an odd thing to have a problem with in Texas. I never thought there'd be like a huge cannibal influx in Texas. What is going on? And then like on the way back from Arkansas back to where we are, I'm like, wait a minute. That's just cannabis. For 20 hours, I thought it said cannibals. And like in Oklahoma, there's some kind of cabins. I thought it said Sacagawea. It was like Sigreaves or whatever. Yeah. It's funny. I got a lot of problems in my brain, and it doesn't like doing simple human things like reading and writing and talking. Likes to mix up everything. Ooh, there's a cave down there. That's scary. Very scary. So, vines are used to make rope. I mentioned in the very first clip that you use flax to make rope. I don't think you actually can. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know you use the vines to do that. And I need the rope in order to make a raft so I can sail around to other places, because it'll be a long time until I can make a actual sailboat, because the recipe is pretty intense. And it requires specific building techniques. From what I saw, I haven't actually watched a tutorial on it. I just read it and I'm like, oh, that's going to be a lot of work. Great. I have to work for something? Pain. So I'm sure there's a mod that would make it easier, but oh yeah, there's also, so this game is really cool. You might be also realizing like, oh wow, it's a lot like Minecraft. Well, yeah, yes, kinda. And the reason why it's blocky is because it did, I believe, originally start out as a Minecraft mod, but they couldn't do what they wanted to do, so they thought, let's make our own game where we can tell our own story and do whatever we want. And that's kind of why we have the game as it is now, which is pretty stinking awesome, and I love it. I genuinely love this game. You might be thinking, wow, that's a very time-consuming, tedious game that would just be so boring and annoying. Man, I would hate it. It's actually really fun. Just give it a shot, all right? Just trust me. It is a really, really fun game. It's $20 on their website, vintagestory.com. and stuff like that. And as I was saying, because they did it originally as a mod on Minecraft, there are a lot of mods available for this game. You can basically go to their website, go to mods, you click download, and then you just drag and drop it into your folder, and it works. It is so much easier than Minecraft. Oh my gosh, just downloading the quarry mod and the freedoms measurement, the freedom height mod, took literally 5 minutes. It was the easiest thing I've ever done for modding. And as someone who had a heavily modded Minecraft server on this channel, it took a long time to get the server set up. It took a long time to get the files to everybody. It took a long time to find the files that work with each other. It just takes forever to do anything with mods in Minecraft because everything is incompatible and there's so many different versions. But this is just, it's literally download, it's a plug and play. It's so good. I absolutely love it. So highly recommend that you guys check out the mod page. It's really fun. They have firearms in mods. They said that they don't want to add guns into the game, which is stupid because you can make bombs. But, you know, anyways, I paused the game because I had to go do something. And so I'm just awkwardly now talking to you guys, realizing that my screen is paused. This is awkward. I wish Pastor Me told me how long he'd be gone. Do you guys have any pets at home? Okay, I'm back. Sweet. I actually think that was when my sister's dog, Teddy, started exploding, and I yelled down, like, "You're fat!" And then he went quiet. Ooh, I wish I could take that. You can play, there's music in this game. It's kind of like a music box in Minecraft. Jukebox, whatever it's called. It's funny, Teddy. So we have 3 dogs. Luna, Teddy, and Coda. Coda's my mom's, Teddy's my sister's, Luna's mine. And so they all have their own unique ways of being annoying. Coda screams and squeaks, like at a very high frequency. Teddy explodes violently at nothing important. And Luna's quiet and she's perfect. She's the superior dog. But Teddy, he's chunky. He eats a lot. He usually eats Coda's food because Coda is afraid of his food. He's always been afraid of his food. I don't know why. He looks at it like we're poisoning him, and then he tries to bury it for later. It's very weird. And then Teddy's like, guess it's mine now. And then he eats it all. And so he's twice the weight he's supposed to be. And so everyone in my family calls him the fat one. And so when he's being really annoying and just screaming and barking like crazy, I just yell downstairs, "You're fat!" And he goes quiet. It's really funny. He's gotten so used to me insulting him and just calling him names that he's like, okay, I'll stop barking. Oh, it's so funny. Don't tell anyone, but I actually like that dog. I love him. I just pretend like I don't because I don't want people to know my weakness. But he's actually kind of cute, and he's really kind of funny. I just wish he didn't bark so much because it's just a little stressful, a little unnecessary. Oh, this doesn't match. I'm so sorry. I know. I don't like that either. Okay, and I need a paddle. Forgot about that. Oh, I can put a basket on here. Oh, that's awesome. I need to do that. Okay, an ore. Or crude ore. 2 logs and 2 rope. Okay. Gotta get more vines. Nice. I'm gonna take a sip of my peach kombucha. It's so good. There's something about the GT Synergy brand that just... The elderberry juniper is the best flavor. Fight me. I'm right, you're wrong. Peach is the second best. Also because I can't have the other flavors because they all have citrus in them. Yeah, I'm allergic to that as well. It's very sad. It's a pretty bad allergy, actually. It's not funny. It is, but it's not. So, I can only have like 4 kombucha flavors because they always have like lemon or lime in them. Or other citrus like pineapple, which will destroy me. So, anyways, the peach one is really good. And the carbonation of naturally fermented things is such a pleasant carbonation. Like the burn and the sting it does on your throat and your throat hurts is just, it's magical. It feels so good. If you think soda is good, y'all need to try some kombucha. I know it smells weird and it tastes kind of like vinegar because it kind of is. It's good, okay? And it's good for your tum-tum. It'll make your poop good. It'll make your pooper happy. I can be weird, alright? Leave me alone. It's my job. Technically, it's my hobby to be entertaining, but I don't always do a good job at that. No, what the... Hang on, I didn't know I could pick that up. Put that back down, I guess. And, control? Aha! There we go. Okay. Whoop! I can't stand on it, apparently. Good to know. That's really weird. Okay. Should I make a basket? I think I can make a basket, can't I? Oh, bro. I was prepared. Oh, sweet. I can put stuff in here. Excellent. Okay, okay. Nice, nice. I completely forgot what I was talking about. Oh, man. Oh, well. Some ruins up there. I'm looking for a hill to make a hobbit hole into. I don't settle over here. Spoiler alert. I know, I'm so sorry. But I will just simply chat for just a few seconds. But I think this is actually going to be the end of this clip. I think I'm just going to fade the screen to black while I go sailing. You know, like a really good transition. And then the next episode will fade back into a different environment. I think that is the way it's going to go. I was going to put all 5 episodes into this, and then I realized that'll be about 3 hours long once I condense it down to a half hour or so. So, yeah. Oh, I'm clay forming. Why am I clay forming? What was going through my brain at this moment in time? Genuinely, why? I just made a raft. Why am I doing this? I wonder if I forgot that I already showed how you do this. Past Fluffy is just weird. I'm just saying. I honestly don't know what's going through that guy's head half the time. He's just weird. Oh yeah, I was saying earlier that my hobby is to be entertaining, but I don't do a great job at that sometimes. I just don't have a very energetic personality. I'm quite just chill and laid back, and I don't really care about a whole lot. I'm pretty just chill vibes. So sometimes I have really funny extroverted videos, sometimes I don't, and I'm just kind of sad sounding, but I'm not. I'm just calm. But I can be weird to make up for it. Oh yeah, you can also click Alt or hold Alt, and you can use your mouse to click instead of using your head. It's quite helpful and actually a lot faster. So I guess I'm keeping you here. I don't want to cut this because then I have to cut again. You know, I could just keep this and make it really awkward. You know, just forcing myself to have to just find something to talk about while I make one of the most time-consuming molds, well, things to make in this game, like the clay jars. They take forever to make. However, if you click F, you can do the copy and paste function and do it this way for this, which is useful. Hang on. Got more clay in here. There we go. F. There we go. All right. Yeah. That is the one good part about this, because holy crap, could you imagine doing this voxel by voxel? And the fact that this only holds like 8 inventory slots, it's not a lot. I mean, it might be a little bit more than 8, I'm not too sure. But you need these to make food storage because, whoa, yawn. These things preserve your food if they're in, they preserve your food, period, but they do it a lot longer if you make a cellar. I mentioned that in the first clip. You have to make a cellar to preserve your food in this game because food storage is very important because you can't grow anything in winter, and animals aren't super duper everywhere in winter either. One feature I do wish they would add is for bears to hibernate during winter and for the animals to not respawn if you kill them. So like if you kill an animal, right? Let's say you have a bear on an island. Foreshadowing. If you kill it, it shouldn't be able to respawn there because it was an island in the middle of the ocean. You know, there should be kind of that kind of function, because it would also make the game a little bit more realistic, and having you have to learn how to hunt responsibly. If you overhunt a species and they can't repopulate, then you don't have the resources you need to survive and you have to move. You know, I think that would be a really cool feature for something to add to the game that I really hope they do, because that would be pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. There's a game called Eco that I've always wanted to play with some friends, because it has that in there. You can literally make a species go extinct, which is really awesome. I love that feature of that game. It's a very weird game. It's very difficult. It weird functions. It's just a bizarre game. I can see why it's not very popular, but it's also kind of fun, you know, once you get past the really bizarre mechanics and the really terrible AI and the weird graphics. And okay, maybe it's not a very great game, but it's a fun game for friends. It's a good social experiment. There's an economy in it. You can have governments and laws, and you can tax people, which I really would like to do to my friends. I would love to make a communist nation in a game and to be the ruler. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I've always said to be a good dictator. I'm kidding. I don't believe in dictatorships. Oh, it's raining now. Awesome. Well, I think, guys, this is going to be where I end it, because I've rambled, I think, long enough, and I believe this is a good spot to stop. You know, just going for a little toodle-oodle, like a chicken being chased by a very glorious noodle. But that's it. Thank you all for watching. I will catch you all in the next video. And if you liked, remember to leave a like, subscribe, share with your friends, and stick around for the next adventure. Bye.